Good morning. I'm Annette. I work for Jean and Val at the Stitching Post. I have fallen in love with Val's paprika pattern that she came out with in '07. I've probably made about 7 of them to this point in different aspects. And do not let anybody ever tell you that you cannot do paper piecing with flannel, because I've done it. I've made a very similar quilt to this in flannel, so don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. You just have to make sure you don't stretch the fabric when you're pressing it. So I'm going to give you a few tips today on how to get started, how to put your fabrics in order that you like, and how to keep them in order on your table so when you're pulling your strips, you don't get confused on where you're at. So the first thing that I have found is if you number your blocks as you lay them out, and then in our case, we're working with 4 fabrics, so I number them 1 through 4 all the way around, and then I do the background fabrics the same way. And as you see, I've got my fabrics laid out on my table with the little numbers on them, so I keep them in order because it's very easy once you get rolling and your piles kind of merge together to get your pieces confused. So this is one that I trimmed up. I always sew past the paper. That way you have trim up room. So that way your quilt goes together and hopefully it's square at the end, but you can square it up. My suggestion is to go ahead and put your 3 borders on and then measure and square it up before you put your last border on. And I always do the bottom last. That way I don't cut off any of my points up here or down here. So that's how I square up my quilts when I make them. I have had a few wonky ones, but you know, it's okay. Wonky's okay in paper piecing and quilting in general. So number them, square it up when you're done. Always start on and off your fabric, and when you start, that is always the toughest part for everybody. So we're going to pull fabric number 3. And since I've already got a couple blocks started, I've got some pieces, so as you can see, you make sure that you've got at least 1/4 of an inch underneath your fabric, and then the next piece is going to be 1, and make sure your piece is going to fit if you're using scraps. If you're going to use brand new, what I always do when I start is I have the lights going off the top of the fabric, and background fabric always off the top, and the point fabric always going off the bottom. That's how I always sew them. That way I know I have enough fabric to cover the whole piece. But as you see, I've already done it wrong. Number 1 always goes on top. Always start with number 1 on top, or your background fabric on top. And then I take it to the sewing machine. Make sure you put your stitch length to about a 1.5. On this machine, I'm using a 1. Just because if you don't shorten your length, you will pull your stitches out when you are sewing. So you need to make sure you shorten your stitch length.
We're ripping the paper. We're ripping the paper.
And you do have to go a little slower than what you're used to sewing at, just because you're trying to go through the paper and my thread broke. But that's how you do it. My thread broke. Not sure why, but that'll give you the gist of the idea. And then when it's sewn, I always use my pressing bar wherever it went, right there, and just press it. I don't always use an iron for this step right away because it's just easier to press with the pressing bar, or if you've got one of Violet Crafts rolling ones, you can use that. Your fingernail works if you've got one of those. And as you see, I just trim these off, throw them back in my little piles. And then what I would do next is just rip the paper a little bit. Since I pre-folded, just fold that over. Get your add a quarter ruler. I lost my rotary cutter. Thank you, Val. Sorry. And then cut it off, and you're ready to add your next background point. And yes, pre-folding the papers it's a little time consuming, but it does help a lot when you are sewing, because you've got that little groove added to it, and for when you rip it off. But another tip I've already starched this. I just kind of pull the block, and they rip more easily and come apart. But you have to have your fabric starched to do that, or you will stretch your block. And then the papers just come off very easily. And just make sure when you're picking your fabrics that you put them in a order that you like, because whatever you pick for your number 1 light is going to touch your number 4 dark. So if you don't like that combination, you're going to have to pick another color for your number 1 in your different color groups. And we have 4 different color groups in this particular Blue Pool Paprika. And yeah. Thank you very much, and you guys have a nice day.